Coming up next, I'm giving y'all this real prison story about an inmate named Monkey Man. Stay tuned to the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show.
It's JS Corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another victim or the butt of a joke. Don't close both eyes when you sleep or get choked. When you go to the mess hall.
Stop, man, stop! You call me animal, so I beat you like animal. What up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Alright, now, the story I got for y'all today, well, let's just say this is going to be one that everyone can relate to, whether you've been to prison or not. This story involves what we call it in prison, play fiends. Now, in the streets, you probably got your homeboys who, everybody got that one or two homeboys that play too much. Now, you know, a lot of people like to slap box and do, you know, all types of annoying things like, you know, when you walk in and somebody put their knee in the back of yours to make you almost fall or whatever, or trip up because you bend your knee when you're not expecting it. Or when somebody put their foot out and make you trip over it. Or do dumb stuff like put a feather in your ear or tap the other side of your shoulder and make you turn around this way. Play fiends, y'all. There's plenty of them in the world, and there's plenty of them in prison. You would think all these gangsters, all these hardened criminals wouldn't have time to be play fiends. Well, we locked up, y'all. It's nothing but time. And people get bored. And I guess people just start playing. Now, some people go with it. Some people don't. Some people check people on it. You got to check somebody on it immediately if you're not with the shits. If you don't like playing with your hands. If you don't want nobody putting their hands on you, and when you get mad, talking about they was just playing when you punch them in the face, then you gotta let it be known. Like, listen, I'm not playing no games. You touch me, I'm gonna react. Period. Now, however they take it, they take it. Now, in prison, I want to say a good 70 to 75% of the fights or drama that happen in prison are because somebody couldn't keep their hands to themselves. Yeah. I've seen people play all types of stupid pranks on people and, you know, do stuff to them and in the name of playing because it was funny to you, it entertained you, but it just pissed that person off or made them look stupid in front of the whole pod. So they gotta be the butt of your joke. And there's a lot of guys that bid like that. There's a lot of guys, these jokers will go around the pod looking for somebody to bid off. And if you feed into their nonsense, they're going to keep riding you all day long. Now, it's customary in the pod, everybody get nicknames. Don't matter if you already got a name, you're going to get a nickname. Whatever one person or a group of people decide you look like or you are to them, that's just what they're going to call you. And it might just catch on. And a lot more people just start calling you the same thing because they're popular and maybe you're not. Now, when you come into prison and you already got a name for yourself that ain't nobody going to play with, and see, that's the other part too, y'all. People pick and choose who they going to play with. Oh, you don't see no OGs getting their name played with. You don't see none of the big dogs coming up in there playing those games. Who gonna put their hands on the big dog and say, oh, I was just playing. You were just playing after he put that thing in your neck. Yeah. Because they'll do it to you real quick. They all about that. playing. Yeah, we're going to show you who playing. What Michael Jackson said, who's bad. Yeah. So, when you playing people, just remember, there are consequences. And the consequences can be very, very brutal in prison. So, that's something you guys might want to remember. Keep your hands to yourself. Write that down. If you ain't about that life, if you ain't really ready to fight, or worse, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your mouth closed. Don't go talking about people's business or injecting yourself into people's nonsense, because it could backfire on you. And, well, y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna get this work today. Now, in this pod, we had 2 sets of metal steps. One set on the left, which was pretty much considered the prison grill. I did a story about that. Y'all just gonna have to go and check it out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it right up here so y'all can check it out if you want to. But one set was considered the prison grill, and another set was where guys would go and use it to work out, and they take turns. Now, I know y'all probably like, work out? What the hell you mean? Sometimes we couldn't get out to the yard if it was raining or if it was locked at incidents, whatever. Things happen where we can't go outside. And there's only one pull-up bar out there on the yard anyway. And then you got the dip bar. So what guys would do is they'd get a sheet and fold it around one of the steps a bunch of times to the soft and start doing their pull-ups. This way, back way, all that. Now, that's how you really get big. You do those calisthenics inside in the dorm, yeah, you fitting to be pumped. These guys be doing push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, all that right there in the day room, in front of everybody. Everybody's seeing your regimen. Everybody's seeing how you train and the lengths that you go to. So ain't nobody testing you. When they see the workout that you put in, they know you fit and ready and willing to do what it is to protect yourself up in this prison. Now, this inmate I'm going to tell y'all about, his name is Tyrone. Tyrone, he's huge. Big black dude. And aside from the fact that he has a hair condition, what I mean by a hair condition, he's growing hair out of his face, y'all. Like literally. Not just beard and mustache hair. He's got pretty much a unibrow. And it seems like he got in a lot of fights in his time because his face is like smashed in. Like his nose is all smashed in, kind of flat. And this dude was a powerhouse. He'd be doing one-handed pull-ups under them steps, y'all. I mean, it didn't matter forward, back. He doing them. Reps, too. At least 5 in a clip. This guy would be there working out day in and day out. It didn't even matter if it was a sheet on the step or not. His hands was like stone. He gripped that step and he get to putting that work in. And he had that upper body strength. He could do them verticals. You know where they got a set of group of guys that do that. They call themselves bartenders, I think. Yeah, bartenders. He was like one of them. This dude get on those steps and start hitting those verticals. And he pushing his body out sideways. And people just like, dang, look at dude, man. Dude, he just be jumping back and forth on those steps like a monkey, man. Hey, he looked like a monkey. Look at him. And that just started to fly around the pod, y'all. All through the prison. And later on, a few, weeks down the line, the word through the whole prison was Yo, they got a monkey man over there in the prison. Nah, he really a monkey. He's a monkey. And they, talking about his face being smashed in and the hair all over his face and how strong he was. They're like, nah, he's a monkey or an ape. That's where he get that strength from. He's not really human. He's a monkey. For real, for real. Now, when this would get back to Tyrone and he would hear that they were calling him Monkey Man, this guy was enraged. Now, Tyrone, I'm not sure what country he was from. He wasn't from America. He had a certain type of accent to him. It was kind of like, I don't know if it was African or it was from somewhere else, though, somewhere far. And it was almost like he just recently learned the English language over the last few years because he wouldn't use it correctly all the time. So I'm thinking that's why he didn't speak that much, because he didn't want to have to be corrected or sound crazy when he talked. Now, this guy, all I know is one day he came in the pod from, I don't know where he was coming from, crossing buildings or something. And he saw a group of guys. They was, just standing around in the huddle. And when he walked by them, they made a remark like, look, there go the Monkey Man, y'all. They go the Monkey Man. I told y'all he real. I told y'all. Look at him walk. He heard him. He had big ass ears, y'all. I don't know if that contributed to him hearing, things at low frequencies or what. But it was like his spidey senses went off. His unibrow went up high in the sky, like, and he turned around like, You call me monkey? You call me monkey? And they all cracking up at his voice and stuff. And he just like, he's acting like a monkey. He's not speaking. He's just getting mad and boiling. So at this point, he just turns and walks off. Now, word had it that this guy had filed his teeth down to be sharp for weapons. That way they can never, do nothing to him for having a weapon. But if anybody ever came at him, supposedly his teeth were sharp enough to bite right through your skin. That quick, like razors, like an animal. So, I don't know why this guy wouldn't think that people would start calling him an animal if he acts like an animal. And at the end of the day, y'all, it is what it is. People gonna say what they gonna say. They gonna do what they gonna do. It's up to you to either be the bigger person and brush that right off, or go ahead and get yourself into something that could end up potentially dangerous or end up in lockup. You choose. This is prison, where you might think you don't have many decisions to make, but you have a wide variety of decisions to make. Who you going to hang with? Who's going to be your so-called clique? Your friends in there? Who's your backup in prison? All of that ties into, well, survival. And if you're going to survive in prison, you got to know that everything that somebody say ain't real. A lot of people just blowing smoke. They blowing steam up your ass. So either you going to check them on it, or you just going to let it ride. Either one will have different, outcomes. Now let's fast forward a few days, and we're right back at the same spot. Tyrone is down there doing his workout under the steps. Now, this is where we get to the play fiend. While Tyrone is down there minding his business, doing what he do, there's a guy, a young inmate in the pod by the name of Lucas. And Lucas, he's trying to make a name for himself. So this guy, Lucas, works at, the kitchen. And he's able to bring back certain items. And one of the main things that he brings back is fruit. While Tyrone was doing his workout, Lucas snuck up to Tyrone's cell and put a whole bunch of bananas on his bed. Yep. He left a whole bunch of bananas on his bed and dipped off. Came back down there to where everybody was at. And, of course, he trying to make himself look good. So he told a few people what he did, and they all laughing and this and that. Now, excuse me. Tyrone is peeping game. He's looking. He sees, the three of them in camaraderie, how they laughing. And so he's like, all right, something ain't right. All right, whatever. And in his mind, he like, they can't beat me. I'm sure that's what he thinking. They can't beat me. I'm double their size. What they gonna do to me? Even if they try to jump me, they can't beat me. Now, I've never seen this man fight or in action, but from the looks of him, and you could be big for nothing, but don't make that mistake of assuming that somebody's big for nothing. Assume that they big for something. Anyway, he finished his workout and he head back up to his cell. Lo and behold, he see all the bananas on the bunk. Right away, he get all the bananas, take them off, and he put them all on the table in the day room. He bring them all out of the cell, put them in the day room. Said, whoever did this shit, you's a motherfucker. Everybody laughing like, what the hell did he just say, man? Man, speak English. Speak English. You motherfucker. You call me animal. I know animal. And ain't nobody step up. Ain't nobody say nothing. So he already had his, he had his mind made up who he thought it was. And if he was wrong, oh well, they still laughed at him, so he didn't care. Tyrone, he waited till later on after the next count, and he saw the three guys talking together in a cell that was looking at him kind of sideways while he was doing his workout. Well, Tyrone ran down on that cell, y'all. He ran in there and closed the door with three people in that cell. He ran in there. He ran toward the fire. Closed that cell door. Boom! Y'all locked in here with me now. But he said it the way he said it, of course. Now, all I can tell you about what happened in that cell is what obviously these three inmates told everybody else. Whether they left out some parts, whether it all was true, I don't know. But they said it was almost like the lights went out, but they didn't. That's how fast he was moving. It seemed unreal. They said he was bouncing off the bunk bed left and right. He'd be on the top of the bunk, jump down, grab one of them. Next thing you know, he's on the bottom bunk. He's doing all types of crazy maneuvers with his arms and legs. And to the point where they really thought they were dealing with a real monkey, that they were facing a monkey. they said this guy didn't even throw like punches. He was on some, and like I said, his face looked like it had been bashed in, like he's been fighting a lot. He was doing some like Donkey Kong, just like Hulk smashing, not even punching and no blocking or nothing, just going at it. I mean, supposedly he mollywopped all three of them in that cell, y'all. Beat the dog piss out of them. I mean, slamming them all around the concrete cell, punching them all in their faces. And all you heard was a bunch of grunting and noises. And the only thing they said he ever said to them while he was doing that was, "You call me animal, so I beat you like animal. I beat you like animal, bitch." And that was the most words that ever heard out of him. And that was the only words they ever heard out of him again. They didn't even look his direction again. So, I guess Tyrone, aka Monkey Man, had to do what he had to do to get his respect in that pod. But did he really get respect, or was he just feared? Do y'all think that's the same thing? Get in the comment box, y'all. Do y'all think respect and fear are the same thing? Get in the comment box, let me know what y'all thought. I really want to know. Alright, y'all, look, that's going to be it for this story. I really hope you liked it. Like, share, subscribe. Hype the video. You know the vibes, as usual. This is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.
You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storytelling, I'm the best at. You a real hater,